And good morning to everyone. So our today's lead code question is 1358, which is number of substrings containing all three characters. So basically in this question we are given a string S, which is consisting of three characters A, B and C. And then what we need to do is we have to return the total number of substrings which contains at least one occurrences of all the three characters A, B and C. So now suppose there is a substring A, A, B. So it is not valid. It is not valid because it is not containing C. Then there is one another substring AABC, so it is valid because it is containing all the three characters A, B and C, means their frequency is at least one, right? So we have to return the number of substrings which contains at least one occurrence of all the three characters in that substring, right? So let's see the examples. So here in the first example we are given the string as abc abc. Now we need to find all the substrings that contains one a, one b and one c, right? So let's see. So if we see the first substring is abc, so abc is containing all the three characters. Then abca, abca, then abcab, then abc, abc, right? So if you see all these substrings contains at least one a, at least one b and at least one c. So the total number of substrings that are containing at least one a, at least one b, at least one c are 10. So 10 is the answer. So now if you see here, our string is aacb. So the first substring that contains all the three characters are AACB. The second one is AACB and the third one is ACB. So total three substrings are there which contains all the three characters. So let's see the constraints. So the string length can be up to 5 into 10 ki power 4, and as we all already know that string consists of only three characters A, B and C, right? So let's move to the approach part. So the first thing is that suppose there is a substring which contains at least one a, at least one b and at least one c. That means it is a valid substring, valid one for answer. Then if we add any character, if we add any character to it, let's say I have added a to it, then it will become abca. Still it will be valid, right? Because already we have one a, one b, one c. So either we add a, b or c, it will always remain valid. So we'll use this observation, to make our approach. That is, once we get a valid substring, or once we get a substring having all the three characters, then any superstring of this substring, or the substring that we get after concatenating any character to it, will also be valid. So we'll use this observation, and then using this observation we'll formulate our approach. So using this observation, instead of counting each valid substring individually, what we'll do is we'll get the smallest valid substring, and then using that substring we'll count all the valid extensions of that substring in one go, right? So suppose if our example is abc, now we can see this is a valid substring, smallest valid substring having one a, one b, one c. Then what are the future extensions of this substring? So adding a, then adding AB, then adding C. So see, what are the substrings that we can get? We get ABC, we can get ABCA, we can get ABCAB from it, or we can get ABC from this substring, right? So for that we have the formula. So suppose our current window is from L to R, and our length of the string is n. So the number of valid substring this smallest substring will give us is n minus r. So here n is 6, r is pointing at 2. R is pointing at 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4. And we can also see here also we are getting 4 valid substrings. So that answer we can get using n minus r, where r is the right pointer of the what we call substring. So let's see an example. We have taken ABC, and our first valid substring. Our first valid substring is from index number 0 to 2, which is ABC. It containing 1A, 1B, 1C, and its future extensions are from 0 to 3, 0 to 4, and 0 to 5, right? So the total substrings that we get, valid substring that we get, are 4, which is equal to n minus r, where n is the length of the substring, which is 6. R is the right pointer of the first or the smallest valid substring, that is 2. So 6 minus 2 is also 4. So we can verify it that we are getting the same answer from the both the approaches, right? So to accomplish this, what we'll do is we'll use a sliding window, or we can say two pointers, to find the first smallest, to find the smallest valid window. And then using that smallest valid window, right, what we'll do is we'll find all the future extensions of that using n minus r, right? So now how to find the smallest valid window? So for that, what we'll do is we'll have two pointers, left pointer and right pointer, and with that we have a frequency array which will keep the track of number of a, number of b, and number of c in our current window. And then what we'll do is then we expand our window to the right side until we do not get all the three characters at least one. We do not get all the three characters at least one. That means frequency of a should be greater than 0, b should be greater than 0, and c should be greater than 0. So once we get all the three characters, that means once the window becomes valid, then every substring that will be starting from right to n minus 1, right, from right to n minus 1. So see, this part is valid, then all the future extensions will also be valid. So all the substring starting from right to n minus 1 will also be valid. So what we'll do is, instead of computing those substring, what we'll do is we'll directly add n minus right to the answer. So this will give us the future extensions of the current valid substring, right? So once we count these substring and add these substrings to the answer, then the next thing that we'll do is then we shrink the window. Suppose ABC. So first we get ABC, then the answer that we get from this is 4. Then we shrink this window, that is we remove this a, and then we expand the right pointer by 1. So we get BCA. BCA is also valid. So we take the answer of this, that is now our r is pointing to 3. So n minus r, 6 minus 3 is 3. So we add that 3 to our current answer, right? And we repeat this process until we do not process the whole string, right? So this is the approach part. So now we try to understand this approach with the help of an example. So we have taken the same example ABC. So initially our left pointer is at 0, our right pointer is also at 0. That means our substring is a. So is this substring valid? No. So our answer will be 0. Then we expand the substring and move our right pointer to 1. We move our right pointer to 1, we get the substring AB. It is still not valid. Then we move right pointer to 2, we get the substring ABC. So now we have frequency of A, frequency of B, and frequency of C 1. So this substring is valid. So what are the possible substring that we get from this substring? That is n minus r. So 6 minus 2 is 4, right? So our answer becomes 4. Now next thing that we need to do is we need to first shrink and then expand the window. So first, to shrink the window, we have moved the left pointer to 1, and then to expand the window we have shifted right pointer to 3. So the substring that we get from 1 to 3 is BCA, this substring BCA. So now we check, is this a valid substring? Yes, this is a valid substring. So we add n minus r. So n is 6, r is 3. So 6 minus 3, we add 3 to our answer. So our answer becomes 7. Then again we expand and shrink. So first we shrink from 1 to 2 and then expand from 3 to 4, we get CAB. It is also valid. So again we add n minus r to our answer. Again we add, do the same thing, like we do the same thing until our string do not get processed completely. So finally we get the answer is 10. That is the, we have total 10 valid strings, or 10 strings containing at least one A, at least one B, and at least one C, right? So let's move to the code part. So first of all we have taken the size of the string, and then we have taken a frequency map having size 3, and initially all the frequencies are 0. Then we have the left pointer of the window, and we have the answer, and then we have shifting our right pointer of the window using this loop. Then we first increment the character, increment the frequency of character to which the right pointer is pointing, Now if the frequency of A, frequency of B, and frequency of C, if all three are greater than 0, then this AND operation will give us 1. If any one of them is 0, then this AND operation will give us 0, and then we will not enter in this while loop. But if all the three frequencies are greater than 0, then we increment the answer by n minus right, and then we shrink the window. That is, we reduce the frequency of the character that is present at the left pointer, and then we increment our left pointer, right? So even after shrinking, if still there is a valid window, then again we enter in this while loop. Else we expand our window by shifting the right pointer by 1. So this is the code part. So I hope I am able to explain you the solution properly. So if you like the video, please make sure to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.